She's the Oscar-winning actress, best known for her roles in The Big Lebowski, Still Alice and The Hunger Games. Well, now Julianne Moore is returning to our screens in her new film, The Room Next Door. It tells the story of a woman with a terminal illness who asks her friend to be by her side when she ends her life by euthanasia. Julianne joins us now. Good morning, Julianne. Thank you so much for coming and talking about this really incredible movie. And it's about two friends who were very close. They've gone off, they've lived their lives separately, but they reconnect.
Yes.
And only to find themselves navigating the realities of death together, and it's incredibly powerful, very moving, but you've also described it as kind of wonderful.
Oh, I mean, I think it's really a love story about friendship too. You know, like you said, these are women who haven't seen each other since they were in their 20s, and when my character finds out that her friend's in the hospital, she goes to visit, and is really just keeps her company, and listens to her at this last stage in her life, and it's very human, it's really intense, it's really about how profound friendship is and what it means to witness somebody's life, to be there for them.
Yeah, very much so. And Tilda Swinton, who is just absolutely superb in this. And I know you sort of fleetingly had been in each other's lives over the years, but you'd never properly, fully worked together.
Well, we'd only met, at business things and film festivals, and I'd always loved her, really admired her work and enjoyed her every time I met her and hoped that we'd work together sometime. But when this came up, it was completely out of the blue. And I think what was wonderful about it is that our relationship, our own friendship, grew in real time. So as we were working on this and spending time together and talking about our lives and talking about our kids and our work and whatever, we got to be very close as well.
No, of course. The movie itself is incredibly timely for here in the UK right now. There's a growing movement of people in support of a new parliamentary bill to enable assisted dying. So it's in our headlines all the time just now. And it's a very difficult discussion for so many people.
Right.
How did you try to approach that within this movie?
Well,
and to get the tone of that right.
Know that this is not about assisted dying, this film. This is a movie where a woman says she's making a decision by herself and she wants someone to be with her, to be literally in the next room. But my character has no knowledge of when it will happen and she's not assisting her in any way. That being said, of course, this is a growing movement worldwide, and it really is about, I think it's about human rights. It's about our rights over our own bodies to decide what we want to do with them. It's about agency and autonomy, and we're seeing this discussion all over the world right now.
Yeah, very much so. At the Venice Film Festival, I believe there was a standing ovation for 17 minutes.
So yes, exactly.
That's a lot of cheers.
It was a really long time.
It's a wonderful thing, of course, and the nature of this movie is so deep. But for 17, at some point you must think, what else do we do?
The funny thing, of course, you stand there, you're so happy, and then everybody hugs each other, and then you stand there a little while, and then you hug each other again, and then you look around, and then you think, do we go? What do we do? But I didn't actually know that it was that long until we left and someone mentioned it to us, and we were like, but Tilda and I just kept, what do we do?
Record-breaking in itself,
but
really.
It's also for Pedro Almodovar, who is a great auteur, a wonderful artist, and I think it was a celebration of him and what he's accomplished in his life and of this beautiful film.
And because it looks beautiful as well, and that's part of his talent, clearly. Lots of Oscar whispers already. Julianne, do you do you just not listen to that kind of white noise that is the Hollywood whispers? Is it best just to step away from all of that?
I think, you can't listen to it. But I think what you hope is that people will see the film. And sometimes when there are those whispers or that noise, it means more audiences will go. And that's what you want. You really want your film to be shown to the world, for people to enjoy it. So I say that's really the best. That's the benefit of that.
Yeah. I know that you've always sort of said when your children were younger that you kind of chose roles that allowed you to be at home for as long as possible. And that will obviously resonate with so many people. But now they are all grown up. Do you feel like it's opened up another world for you now.
Yes and no. That's what's so funny. It's that you sort of think, oh, okay, so now I can go anywhere. But the thing that I've realized is I do like to be at home. I do want to have my life. I want to see my friends. I want to go to my supermarket. I want to be with my husband. I want to enjoy my real life. So I think all of the things that I did when my kids were little were the things that I want to continue to do now that they're adults, you know, and our daughter's back at home with us now too. She's graduated from college. So I want to be there with them.
Yeah,
actually.
I understand it.
Yeah.
And you've got a little dog now, haven't
Well,
you?
she's big. She's kind of big.
Is she kind of
yeah,
big?
she's a pit mix, so she's.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, look at
she is.
That's Hope.
That's Hope. Her name is Hope.
Oh,
yeah.
gosh, how
pretty
gorgeous!
Sweet.
Oh,
Isn't
she's
she?
lovely.
Yeah, thank you.
And your new passion, of course, ceramics.
Yeah, like every other woman in the world.
Is it bronze specifically? Is
Well,
that what you really like to work with?
No, I mean, I did do. I certainly was. I was making these ceramic objects, and then a few of them were cast in bronze. So I didn't do that part. That was done in a foundry. But it's nice to make stuff. I think I've always liked making stuff, you know.
And to lose yourself in something very different to what you do as a day job.
And it's
I think
wonderful
really
to do with
important.
a friend too, because then you can kind of talk to them and catch up while you're doing it. So I do it with a girlfriend often, and I find it's just a really wonderful time to spend time together.
How lovely is that? Back to the friendship thing again, really, isn't it? Julianne, it's such a delight to meet you. Thank you so much for coming in. And the movie is extraordinarily powerful and beautiful. And yes, definitely worth a watch. It's called The Room Next Door. It's out in cinemas on Friday.